When you think of Spider-Man, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Is it, with great power comes great responsibility? Or how you can relate to a nerdy kid from Queens who didn't grow up with much and every day is a struggle for him? If you're like me though, the first thing that comes to mind is
pizza time.
no, but in all seriousness, I decided to make this video because I felt like the content creators who previously made a video on the subject didn't do the best job showcasing how strong Spider-Man is. And that's no hate to them. That's just my own opinion. And the second reason is because I'm pretty bored. See, I would do an origin story, but I'm pretty sure everyone and their grandmothers have heard it before. But if you're part of the 1% that hasn't, basically Peter Parker, a kid from Queens, was bitten by a radioactive spider and was granted enhanced strength, speed, reflexes, and the infamous spider sense. And now he fights crime as Spider-Man. I'll be going over his strength and durability feats first. I think it's the best to go over some of his more casual feats and then progress from there. Also, I'll be addressing striking strength and lifting strength separately. Some of Spider-Man's many lifting strength feats include holding up a falling wall, catching a car thrown at him by Hulk, pulling down Goliath. Yes, that Goliath. Catching an armored car thrown by the Absorbing Man. Oh, and by the way, armored cars can weigh up to 27 tons. And he can throw an armored car 3 stories high. Now, if you thought any of those were impressive, you'd be surprised at what he can do when he's putting a little bit more effort into it. Feats such as landing a private jet, which Spider-Man himself estimated weighed at least 60 tons. Here's him lifting a T-90 tank over his head. Now, if you look up the average weight for a T-90 tank, it comes around 50 to 60 tons. No big deal. Here's him lifting a couple of train cars. Even one train car can weigh anywhere from 20 to 30 tons. So him lifting 2 is a 60-ton feat at least. He's lifting the freaking Daily Bugle in his feet, guys. Not the entirety of the building, just the side. However, the necessary force to do this feat is 4.5 tons of TNT. And one of his more well-known feats was the time he was crushed under debris that he said weighed like a locomotive. Now, the average locomotive can weigh anywhere to 100 to 200 tons, so if we lowball this feat, he's lifting 100 tons. So I don't know why these people keep on saying he's a 10-tonner at max when he has multiple feats showcasing he can pull off 50 plus tons. Now I'll go over some striking feats. He's been able to break iron armor, destroys an iron helmet, knocks out Rhino, who is as strong, if not stronger, than himself. Can also one-shot Tombstone. Not once, but twice. And why is this impressive, you ask? Well, Tombstone has tanked a rocket launcher to the face, and the explosion that completely destroyed that entire building, and was just fine afterwards. He's knocked out Deadpool, who has tanked city block to multi-city block level explosions on separate occasions. And if you want the calculations for those, just ask me in the comment section. He's also been able to knock out Wolverine, who withstood a kick that sent him from New York all the way to Georgia. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's not that many states across. However, it wasn't the US Georgia. It was the country Georgia. And I myself calculated this feat, and the force required is city block level. Here's Spider-Man wailing on Venom, who has tanked this explosion. And here's him fighting Morlun, who was completely fine after this explosion. Now I'll be going over some durability feats. Takes a hit from a carnage-possessed Captain America, which should amp him by the way. Survives a building being dropped on him by Graviton. Can take a hit from a mutated Morbius, who is normally on par with Spider-Man, if not stronger. Tanks hits from Morlun, who Peter says hits harder than Hulk. And another building being dropped on him. Gets stomped on by Goliath. only a bit hurt after this falling explosion. Takes 2 headshots from Venom while being suffocated, and has been able to take multiple hits from Carnage on separate occasions. The next thing I'll be going over is his speed. He can exceed the speed of sound for a bit, moves across town in seconds, can outswing tracking bullets, saves vermin from bullets after they are fired. So as you can see, he's casually above bullets. And he has way better feats than this, such as being able to dodge lightning on separate occasions. Can weave through a barrage of electricity. Can blitz Hawkeye before he can react. And can also blitz Daredevil, even though Daredevil knew where he was going to hit him. Now, this is impressive because Daredevil has kept up with Captain America, who has dodged lasers on separate occasions. He's too fast for peak human Paladin in the sea, just appearing as a blur. Here's him dodging a light blast. Dodges energy blasts that move at light speed. Yes, people, Spider-Man is faster than light.
Gonna cry?
Spider-Man also has enhanced stamina and a pretty decent healing factor to boot. Feats include staying away for 96 hours, shot multiple times, and swing around minutes later, keeps fighting with a broken hand and ribs, breaks off a cross after being crucified and tortured for a whole day. Yeah, I guess Marvel decided to make him Jesus for this one. Was shot multiple times, yet is strong enough to defeat Goblin. Fights Morlun for 12 straight hours. Yes, the guy, he said, hits harder than Hulk. Can heal from blindness in a few hours. Heals from a broken arm in 24 hours. Fights all of his enemies without giving up in quick succession.
My spider senses are starting to tingle.
Now I want to go over his spider sense briefly. Here's a quick description of what it is. Can use it to defuse nukes. Can work as a radar. Dodges light blast while blinded. Yes, while blinded. Can use it to position himself to take the least amount of damage possible. And he does that all the time. And he's even defeated Daken with just his spider sense alone. Yes, Daken, Wolverine's kid. As you're aware, he can also crawl up walls. With this ability, he can stick to any surface with any part of his body. He's held onto a flying jet, a space shuttle, and can even use it as attack. Before I go over his intelligence feats, I want to cover his skill. Creates and masters his own fire style called the Way of the Spider with the help of Shang-Chi, and it's only usable by him. The reason why he went through his training is because at the time, he lost his spider sense. Can fight even with Madam Web, who also has spider powers and can even see into the future without his spider sense. Counters an attack from Iron Fist, who is most likely the second best fighter in all of Marvel. Spider-Man is one of the brightest minds on Earth, displaying IQ north of 250. Reed Richards says he can do whatever he could with the right resources. Hank Pym, who's on par with Tony Stark in intelligence, believes Peter is superior. He's also one of the 3 people Beast calls for a scientific question. Beast is a top 10 intellect, by the way. He figures out Kane's tech in seconds. Rewires every machine in New York in under 20 minutes. Reed Richards, yes, Reed Richards calls Peter the biology guy, and is envious that Peter solved the problem before him. figures out the synthetic structure of vibranium before Iron Man and Black Panther. Activates a cosmic key with scraps on apocalyptic world. Apparently he knows how to time travel. Teaches Ultimate Universe Tony Stark how to solve an equation of interdimensional travel. Knows more about the interactions of Pym particles than Pym himself. Helps researchers work on technology from the year 3 billion. 3 billion. He's able to hack Tony Stark's software on the Iron Spider suit. He's also created various spider suits of his own, such as the Spider Armor Mark IV, which is comparable to Tony's Model Prime suit. His Spider Armor Mark IV has tainted attack from Hercules, heat vision from Hyperion, and even got up faster than Iron Man after a blast from the Collective. So yes, his suit should be compared. Created his webbing at a young age. Even top scientists still can't replicate it to this day. His webbing is also something I want to cover. Spider-Man's webbing has vastly improved over the years, and is capable of capturing Iron Man. Can hurt the Hulk. Holds up Luke Cage. Can trap Bleeding Edge Iron Man long enough for Daredevil to escape. Even being able to temporarily restrain Hercules, the god of strength himself. He can also use his webbing in various ways, such as making shields or parachutes. He also has different types of web formulas, such as acid web, magnetic web, ice webbing that can hold and freeze the Human Torch, and concrete webbing, which Peter said it could stop the Hulk. After looking through all the different feats and scaling, where would I rank Spider-Man among the other street tier heroes? Well, in my opinion, above the likes of Wolverine, Captain America, Iron Fist, and Black Panther. And any character around that level. This is because he's displayed far better and more consistent strength, speed, and durability feats. Another reason is because Spider-Man consistently fights characters far more powerful than him, such as Venom, who's even one-shotted Cap, Carnage, who's possessed multiple heroes at a time, and is stronger than Venom, and Morlun, who Peter says hits him harder than anyone else. Even the Lizard is stronger and faster than those heroes. Now, I realize a character can be another character who's stronger and faster than them, and those heroes have done it before. However, Spider-Man hasn't lost to any of the heroes I mentioned, despite fighting them countless times. Even Spider-Man has beaten Wolverine on different occasions. Agent Venom, a character Spider-Man has fought and harmed, one-shotted Captain America while holding back. Miles Morales, who is weaker than Peter, has defeated Hydra Cap, who scales to 616 Cap. And guys, Spider-Man also holds back, even against his enemies, such as Green Goblin, the Lizard, and he only goes all out when he's fighting characters such as Venom, Carnage, and Morlun. So knowing that, why would he not hold back against his friends and comrades, who are not as physically strong and durable as his enemies are? I realize it's possible that they're holding back as well. However, if you look at their feats and look at Spider-Man's, he can do their feats casually. And when he actually puts in effort, he's 5 to 20 times stronger. If you stuck around for the entire video, thank you. Spider-Man has been around for so long and has way more feats than I mentioned. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Oh, and one last thing. I think Spider-Man can beat Batman.